Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, welcome, whenever it is that you're watching this. Hello. It's a food review, a Taco Bell review, and it's for a new release, a very long-awaited item from Taco Bell. This has actually been praised by critics, scholars alike, as revolutionary. People said this is the most inventive thing they have ever seen. Ever. Alright, ever. So that just puts into perspective the magnitude of what we're reviewing right now. Right here. This is history in the making, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's from Taco Bell. This is revolutionary. This is going to change food and the way we know it forever. It's their Naked Chicken Chalupa. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest, I'm a little scared to try this. I feel like this is just such precious cargo that I'm holding right here. I don't know. Alright, well, enough with that. What is this exactly? It's their Naked Chicken Chalupa. And they thought, hey, kind of like, years ago what KFC did with their Double Down sandwich, I think it was called, where they replaced the top and bottom bun of the sandwich with a piece of chicken. Taco Bell thought, let's kind of do the same thing, except with a taco. So, they got this taco here. It's actually a chalupa. I'm sorry. Comes with, of course, your lettuce, your ranch, cheese, and tomato there. Where's the meat? Well, that's where where they change things up. This whole shell right here, I'll actually hold it up like this for you. This entire shell is made of fried chicken, essentially. Taco Bell fried chicken right there. And that's the meat, of this taco. So, that being said, it's a Naked Chicken Chalupa. Very scandalous, too. Very, very scandalous. So we gotta tread lightly here. Enough with that. Now that we know what it is and what's on it, let's eat. Naked Chicken Chalupa from Taco Bell. Going in. Take a couple more bites. One last bite. I think with restaurants, we'll actually save it here. We'll kind of corral it here for now. I was saying, I think with restaurants, places like Taco Bell especially, you have two types of items there. You have the type, wow, this is alright. I'm gonna get it next time I come. And then you have the type of item, that was interesting. I don't think I'm going to get it again, though. It's fun trying, though. This is the epitome of that type of item. Get it once. Try it out once. But I really wouldn't be willing to put my money on the fact that most people would be crawling back to get it again. It's interesting to try, but in terms of how it actually tastes, it can use a little work. Now, I expected it. I hate to say, I expected it coming. When it comes to chicken and Taco Bell, there really isn't a real massive connection in terms of quality there. The chicken, and I've been reviewing a lot of these in the last few days, so it's an excellent comparison to make. Think back to McDonald's, the McDoubles. that I've been, or the McChicken sandwiches I've been reviewing from there lately, I'd always say the chicken is the lowest quality at that place. The meat is very, very reminiscent of that type of quality, where it's just little scraps of chicken essentially mushed together into a, into a fried shell, and it's shoved into, the fryer and filled with the toppings, the assorted toppings. Very low quality chicken. Keep that in mind. The one good thing, at least, is though the quality of the chicken is low, the shell itself is not wafer thin. It's not paper thin. You'll bite in and you will get a fair portion of chicken in each and every bite. The chicken itself has a light crunch on the outside, as it is fried. It's not overwhelming though, and the inside of the chicken still has a tiny bit of moisture, but the quality of the meat is exceptionally low. In terms of the toppings to the chalupa and how they react with the chicken exactly, I was a little concerned about the ranch at first. Didn't know how well that was going to go over, but it works very well with this chicken at least. That little bit of tang, especially from, the buttermilk in the ranch, does really pair well with that chicken. It does. It's an interesting little break from the flavor of that chicken, which would otherwise become very, very monotonous. So the ranch dressing definitely blends in nice. This is a case with Taco Bell where their sauce does very good to the item. Their sauce definitely amplifies the flavor, you can say, in that regard. What else is there to talk about, though? The cheese I was a little disappointed by, because it just gets lost in everything. There's the tiny little strings of cheese that you'll find, on their tacos and whatnot. When you get a standard, regular, taco, hard or soft shell, the cheese still, well, it's not the most flavorful thing out there, still has its place. You can still taste it. It definitely makes its mark. Here, and I think it's just because the cheese is just so thin, and it's surrounded on both sides by this thicker fried chicken shell, it's just lost in there. You can't taste any of the little bit of cheese that's in there, so that's a bit of a disappointment. The lettuce and tomatoes provide minimal flavor, but the biggest players in this, of course, is the chicken shell, and then that ranch dressing as well. So, you need to keep that in mind. Now, that being said, what else is there to really mention about this? Well, not an awful lot. One other flavor that I noticed, in terms of the Naked Chicken Chalupa, tiny little bit of spice. I think that's most likely in the seasoning that they probably put on the chicken here. I don't think it's really in the ranch, but you're going to notice a little bit of a spice in there. I don't know how well you can see that. Might notice a little bit of a spice in there as well. But again, it's not prevailing by any means. What we're going to do real quick to finish it off, because hey, everyone's got to put more sauce on their Taco Bell stuff, right? Put some fire sauce on it, just see how it pairs, with the Taco Bell sauce. So we'll just put a tiny little bit of fire sauce there. As we go, fire sauce, to prove that I actually did put the fire sauce there. Not as distinct as I thought it would have been in terms of flavor. The fire sauce added to the Naked Chicken Chalupa adds a tiny little bit of spice, but nothing significant. I think in terms of sauces, the existing sauce, that ranch sauce that's already on the chalupa, is definitely going to be the sauce that you want to really taste the most of, because that works best with this item. It's a good novelty item, but I don't think it's really that practical in terms of taste. I think, though, it is inventive, it's creative, it's interesting, and I think it's something that, hey, go out, try it once, see how you like it, throw in the towel, and if you find yourself to be fanatical about it, go for it again. But I think it's worth trying once just to say you did it, but don't expect it to be something that you'll be coming back for over and over again. Price-wise, now this is where I come into another problem. I believe it was over $3. It was almost $3.60. It was quite expensive for Taco Bell. And I was thinking, my God, this better be Popeye's tier chicken that's in this shell for that price, but it wasn't, so it's overpriced. I think this would be more of a good $2.50 item in terms of price. Out of 10, therefore, what am I going to be rating the Naked Chicken Chalupa from Taco Bell? Out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to give this a 7.49 out of 10. 7.49 out of 10. It's inventive and it's okay. Just slightly below average on my scale. And, hey, it is what it is. Taco Bell releases very, very frequently, so I'll be here the next time they release something as well. That's all I got for you. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, The Report of the Week. Thank you again, and take care.